We are now, we're dealing with technology. And the last first Sunday, I introduced this particular topic on technology. What we want to do is demystify it so that you will be comfortable using it and not be afraid of it. All right? And really then to really employ it and make it work for you in your personal life, but more importantly, in your business life. All right. So this segment of classes is called "How to Use Technology to Enhance Your Personal and Business Life." Today is going to be part 2 of it, and we're going to start with a brief review from last first Sunday. So let me start my timer so I can time myself here. So. Our review. Last first Sunday, I introduced the importance of having an online presence. If you're going to be in business today, having a presence online is extremely important. And there are several ways that you can achieve an online presence. All right. And what I want to do is play a video from a YouTube video from Nightly Business Report. Now, this particular video is going to highlight the Girl Scouts of America, all right? And I hope you'll see that it'll bring home what I was stating in the last class, how important an online presence is. So I just want to direct your attention to this monitor here, and let me get it started.
Girl Scout cookies, especially when you know you're supporting a great organization. This year, sales of Thin Mints and Samoas and all those other treats will approach record levels. Just how much does that young sales force really know about where the money comes from and then where it goes and what to do with it? Kayla Tausche joins us now to explain. Kayla, do these girls have any idea about the amount of money they're actually making?
Tyler, each girl knows when she personally sells a lot of cookies, but she can't really fathom how big the overall organization has become. Today actually marks the end of this year's season, which is only a couple of months long. Thousands of troops of young girls will sell in total more than 200 million boxes of cookies. Called America's youngest sales force, earning nearly $1 billion, all before it's time to start their homework.
How much do you think all of the Girl Scouts sell in Girl Scout cookies every year?
3 million, 9 million, 8,000. I think a lot. So 10 million or so.
Okay, so they're not good with numbers yet. That doesn't stop these Manhattan Girl Scouts and others like them from hauling in close to $800 million in cookie revenue over a span of just 8 weeks. It's more dough than some S&P 500 companies will see in an entire year. A remarkable feat, considering the pitch looks much like it did a century ago. Door to door, in person, and offline.
It's the first time in 13 years that we actually updated the boxes. It was this year.
Now Girl Scouts CEO Ana Maria Chavez is doing the unthinkable, taking the business online.
In this economy and in this business environment, most companies have an e-commerce platform. They have websites. They're able to trade on the internet. So right now we're at the front end of that design. You know, we're looking at a couple of years. We'll probably have a prototype next calendar year for girls to test out.
This year is on track for some $790 million in sales for Girl Scout cookies. Yet another record revenue figure, making it America's #2 cookie brand behind the Oreo. If you could sell cookies online, do you think people would buy them?
Yes.
Now the sales force, 3.2 million girls strong, is getting an upgrade too. New financial literacy initiatives and badges like Business Plan, Cookie CEO, and My Portfolio are versing troops in the ways of Wall Street. Chavez hopes that means a starting point for the next generation of female financial leaders, Thin Mints, and beyond.
Girl Scout cookies already have a cult following, which web sales could grow exponentially past that $1 billion mark. Even as a recent study found, a majority of Girl Scouts themselves reported not feeling very confident making financial decisions. Now the program is trying to teach them those lessons too.
Well, it's obvious that the Girl Scouts have really become very modern, but how are they going to teach these girls these financial lessons?
They're doing it in very hands-on ways. When I was speaking with Anna Maria, she said that there had recently been an event where they took the Girl Scouts to meet with a mortgage banker to talk about what a house actually costs and how long it takes you to save up for something like that.
A lot of cookies scale
They
up.
have a badge where you learn how to build good credit, and they're telling parents that you should bring your daughter and you should help her, help you make transactions so she sees what things are costing you and how you pay your bills.
You mentioned in the piece how Girl Scout cookie sales compare with Oreos. How about with other brands? And if they weren't just selling for 4 months a year, they'd be even bigger, obviously.
That's right, and Mondelez, which is the old Kraft Foods, has pretty much a stranglehold on the cookie market. Oreo, the #1 grossing cookie, over $1 billion in the U.S. If you include international sales, that goes over $2 billion. Chips Ahoy, a little bit over $500 million, but Girl Scouts at nearly $800 million. If you annualize that revenue, considering they only sell January through April, and each trip only has 8 weeks to sell, you'd be well beyond that Oreo number.
Girls have a whole new crop of entrepreneurs.
We will see. No doubt.
Thank you so much, Kayla.
Now, that's one of the best testimonies in the world about going online. You see what I'm talking about? In this day and time, if you're in business, you have to be moving toward being online. And it doesn't cost much to do that. All right, but you want an online presence in this day and time. Otherwise, your competition is going to leave you behind. All right. I think that brought that lesson home. All right, so let's now. I think that review helped a great deal, helped get us focused. Now let's start with our presentation today. We're talking about technology, and we're talking about computers, technology, hardware. Let's start with equipment. We're going to talk about equipment, computers. Everyone is familiar with the desktop computer. Am I correct? Probably everybody here is familiar with the desktop computer. Most of us sit at home on your desktop, all right? The laptop computer. Most here are familiar with laptop computers, I'm sure, all right? This is a laptop right here. It's just a large one, all right? This is a laptop. But I'm going to focus more now on what they call mobile computing. A laptop is mobile, but not as mobile as this smartphone is. Okay? Did you know this is a computer? That's what it is, my smartphone. And if you have one, it is too. It's a computer. All right. So we're going to talk about smartphones, tablets. What do I mean by a tablet? This is an iPad. This is a tablet. It's a tablet computer. All right? I'm not going to focus on tablets today, but when I come back to it, we're going to explore tablets, just like we're going to explore the smartphone. And we eventually will explore the laptop and tablet combinations. And I will have one of those when I get ready to explore that and we get into it. All right, so now, operating systems. Every computer has an operating system. All right? And you'll hear these terms. Android. Everybody has Android. I'm talking about smartphones. Android is owned by who? There you go. All right, Google. Android is owned by Google. Google invented Android and gave Android away to developers. All right? iOS. That's I operating system. It's owned by who? Apple. Whenever you see I in front of almost anything, it's almost invariably owned by invoked by Apple. Okay? So iOS, the iOS or the I operating system is owned by Apple. And that's what drives my tablet and my phone. All right? And BlackBerry. Now BlackBerry, before the name BlackBerry, because they've changed the name, do anybody know what the name of the company was before? See, it hasn't been that long, but when I see if anybody remembers. Well, what was the company name before they owned BlackBerry? All right. Research in Motion. Research in Motion was the name of the company. But they just changed about 2 months ago. You know why they changed? It's obvious. All their phones were called BlackBerry. They were really known by the term BlackBerry. That was really their brand. So they decided, why we keep using research and motion? Who's going to remember that? So they changed their name.